want you to imagine a perfect bedroom and two people laying in a king size bed, every person in their own pillow, in the dark, and thinking, I'm not sure if that's a good time to initiate sex, if my partner actually wanted, if I wanted. I believe that happens with many couples very, very often. And there is one partner who's staring in the ceiling and thinking, probably I don't want this tonight, but I feel that if I will not do it, if I say no, first of all, I might be failing the spouse. Secondly, my spouse will feel really bad, will feel rejected. And the other one is thinking, I really, really want it. I really need her today, but I'm not sure if she's in the mood. Is it a good time? So that painful inside conversation about sex is going between them. It's like they have ghosts, and neither of them feel understood, fulfilled. And as a cross-cultural couple therapist, I see the same situation over and over again. And what I want to tell you today, that that's not just how we call it libido problem. It's not hormones, but from my perspective, I call it a clash of invisible scripts. So if you don't know me, my name is Ina Zasman. I'm couple and family therapist. I'm working with cross-cultural couples all over the world, and I'm trying to help them to stay connected. So today we are going deep into research, how I call it sexual duty versus individual pleasure. And we are going to look how your culture shaped your desire before you even met your partner, and how to build third culture of intimacy that actually feels like home. Stay with me until the end of the video. I can say beforehand, my videos are not short because I have a lot to explain, to tell you, and to help. So, but wait, many people ask me, before we talk about the conflict, how about our honeymoon? Because very often my clients ask, and that makes perfect question, Ina, if our cultures are so different and our speed is so different, why our sex was so incredible when we first met? And that's a very simple explanation. It's a very pure, raw biology. This is a fascinating concept called genetic compatibility. Because you know what? Nature is a brilliant strategist. Evolutionarily, we are hardwired to be intensely attracted to people whose genetic code is very different from ours. So, on a very subconscious level, our bodies smell this culture difference as a biological gift, as a biological gold. This exotic spark was nature's way of saying, this is the perfect match. And that makes our hormone high. And here is the sketch. Yes, biology brings people together to mix genes to have wonderful, healthy kids. But biology will never explain you how to live together once the hormones settle. So when this biological hormone fall down, then your initial cultural script will wake up. And that's when the trouble starts. Most of my couples coming to me when they already met, had kids, bought a house, and after first years of their kids, when they even were not able to think about, then they realize, wow, we're so different, how we can live together. So when biological storm passes, couples start fighting. And that's a good sign if they actually fight, if they're actually trying to find out what's going on. And usually in their mind, they think that it's more about fighting about sex frequency, about how many times a week. But underneath, it's always what is sex for? Is it for pleasure? Is it for stability? Is it for reassurance? Or sometimes as easy as sex is part of the marriage? And that's where culture matters. We will talk a little bit today about individualist cultures versus collectivist. Because in individual culture, it's about emotional truth. Self is self expression, it's about being alive. But in collectivistic culture, is defined by your role. It's like relational clue. It's part of your role. It's your way to show your loyalty to your family. So the framework I use here comes from George Hofstede, and he discovered that countries have like climate maps for two different types of behavior. First, individuals. It's usually in terms of countries will be United States, Australia, United Kingdom, where people emphasize I, me. The main sentence is I should only have sex when I genuinely want it. I express myself through sex, through my pleasure. And then we have completely different collectivism. It's usually Eastern European, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus. It's Mexico, it's China, where the main sentence is we, not I. We as a family, we as a society. And here will be a good spouse shows up even when life is stressful, even when they are not in the mood. The research shows that from other side, when sex is experienced as an obligation, stress goes up and pleasure going down. So I usually say doing your duty in silence is not a long-term plan for being happy in sexual relationship together. So now let me tell you about one of couples I was working with them. Let's call them Lena and Mike. So Mike is a very interesting guy because he was originally raised in London, but then his family moved to the United States. And she is from Ukraine. Uh, Visibly, they are so beautiful. And they both have successful careers. And they have, how we call it, king family. They have a teen son and little princess daughter. So on the outside, perfect couple. But what stuck with me, that this couple didn't have sex for almost 2 years by the time they show up. And when I asked Mike what happened, you can see a lot of pain in his eyes. And he said, you know, Ina, I noticed years ago that Lena was not truly enjoying sex. And I don't want to be a rapist. I don't want to use her body if she doesn't want in me. Okay, makes sense. So then I asked Lena, and with open eyes, she said, Ina, I love him so much. And sometimes it doesn't matter if I'm having orgasm or not. I will tolerate, remember the word, whatever he needs to do with me. Tolerate. That word builds a wall for Mike because to him pleasure is the only thing that makes sex real. For Lena, tolerating was her like the highest form of expressing her love. The missing part for them was misunderstanding of responsive versus spontaneous desire. So, because of his culture and also because he's a male, Mike wanted spontaneous desire. It's like when all things happen all of a sudden and everyone ready, wet, and do it. And for Lena, and that's very usual for female type of desire, so not always, but usual, is a responsive. We can call it, you know, when we have these old cars, they need some warp up before the engine started to work stable and long term. So she probably will not have this desire until starting it slowly, right? So, and for her, especially because of her culture, it's totally okay to start having sex not fully desired, not fully wanted it, but it need to be slow. It need to be warm up, like little touch, little kiss, little compliment, and then it's starting. And she might even push herself, and then she will go to the full speed, and she probably will enjoy it. So once Mike understood that her willingness, it's not her feeling as a victim, but it's her way of, how I call it, warming up the engine. He stopped feeling like a rapist, and he started doing little steps, helping her to feel desire and to feel connected. And she finally stopped tolerating their intimate relationship, and they came back to where they belong, enjoying each other and not thinking about performance. So, my toolkit for you today. First of all, it's very important to talk, and I understand how difficult it is. So, the main question which you ask to each other out of curiosity, growing up, what's sex supposed to mean in a marriage? Because it could be, as we said, obligation, duty, pleasure, having kids, whatever it is, it's all good. And what makes you feel comfortable and what makes you feel pressured. And when somebody initiates sex and you heard yes or no, what is the story you tell yourself? Like, if you initiate sex and your partner said no, you're telling yourself, oh my God, I'm never good enough for this person. Or maybe, okay, it's just a time. It's just like today, tomorrow all will be fine. So what is the story you tell yourself? Ask yourself and tell your partner. And the huge rule, no silent duty and no silent rejection. What you mean? If you are doing and you're responding to sex and you're not feeling it yet, you can say it out loud. It feels that my body is not ready now, but I want to be close to you and I'm ready to see how it works. I hope that I will respond. And no silent rejection. Say just no, it's not good enough. You can say something like, I don't feel today well, all this like headache from all these funny stories, but I love you so much and I want to be with you. Is it okay if we will just hold each other and see how it goes maybe tomorrow? So what I'm trying to say that most of the time it's not physiological problem, it's a meaning problem. You have two good people with two different cultures and they live in one bedroom. What you can do to help each other feel better, create this third culture which will work for you as a couple. And you can create the set of rules that belong only to the two of you. If you want to know more, you obviously can schedule a free 50 minutes consultation with me. And I will drop the link below to the questionnaire which I created for the couple who lived with each other for a long time. So you can sit and have a conversation, having a language about it. And I'm looking forward to see your comments, your questions. I'm here for you. Be happy. It's such a pleasure to have a wonderful partner. See you soon.